what's up, people? Welcome back to the Refuse to Fail podcast. New name, same great quality guest, and it doesn't stop today. We've got another cracker on today. We've got light welterweight 2021 AIBA World Champ Bronze, first Scottish person to ever get a senior age medal. 2022 Commonwealth Gold medalist. He's still only 21 years old, and he's currently ranked number 2 in the world at his weight class. I'm joined by Reese Lynch. How are you, my man? Are you getting on?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm good. How are you?
Surviving and thriving, mate. Monday night, you can't beat it. Monday night, chatting some sport.
I know. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Thanks for joining me. Fresh off the flight from Denver. How was your training camp?
Yeah, it was good, mate. Obviously the high altitude and stuff like that, it makes it a lot harder. Sparring with top class boys as well. They're all brilliant over there. So, good sparring, and the gym was roasting as well. It was warm, so warm in the gym, so it just made it that much harder. But it was a brilliant camp, and I like America. It's a cool place, isn't it?
Nice. You must be buzzing to get back to nice cold Scotland then. I don't know about where you are just now, but I had to defrost the car again this morning. So
yeah, Colorado was actually colder. It was like -10 and that in the mornings. I can remember the first run that we done outside. I was close to crying, to be honest. My hands were all like stuck together, and it was cold, but it was warm during the day. That was a good bit.
That's the main bit. And like you said, you got away, sparred great boys, got better. So
yeah,
a good asset. You just got back. We're going to talk about the most recent thing first before we go back right into the start of the Reese Lynch story. But so you're just back from Abu Dhabi and you're fighting over there just at the end of December there. How was that experience just being over there just before Christmas?
No, it was good. It was brilliant. Obviously different. Just that place is completely different as well. Like the hotels and stuff that we were in were just top class. And then I got to fight. So it was like a kind of pro series. They were kind of doing it more like a pro fight rather than amateur. So I done 5 3-minute rounds. Obviously the smaller I've got the gloves there. So obviously they're a bit smaller than the amateur gloves as well.
Mm-hmm.
They're more like the pros, a bit harder and stuff. So it was a good experience. Obviously boxing with my top off as well, and I was fighting at a catch weight. I wasn't at my weight, so I was still a bit flabby. It was a last minute thing. So, I wasn't in my best of shape, but a couple of photos I look half decent.
But, as long as the arms still look good for like the double bicep at the end of it, that's what's important.
As long as the arms look half decent, I've got a couple ribs showing.
That'd be my biggest fear. I'd be walking around like holding my breath in it. I'd look like a 6 months pregnant man, so I'd be like, nah, I've got to keep the vest on. Sorry, lads.
Yeah, mate, that's it. You need to look half decent, don't you?
That's class. Like, I can imagine. So you said you're in like the good hotels in Abu Dhabi, but it's like, how was it doing like the 5-minute rounds for you then? Because that must have been different. Because obviously you've been very focused on 3-round fights just now.
Yeah. So it was good. I probably tried to adapt to it too much. I probably thought it was going to be like completely different. So I slowed right down. I didn't perform my best, to be honest. I should have kind of kept the pace up. Usually how I box in 3 minutes. I kind of tried to adapt it too much, thinking about it a bit too much. But it was still good. It was really good. It was obviously good to experience it. I think I'm the first Scottish boy to be on something like that as well. Kind of like that's a new thing. So I think they're going to try and do more of them as well, which hopefully they do, because it was a really good event. Got to get a belt as well. I don't know if you can see that there.
I was going to say, I was admiring that in the background there. I was about to bring it up. It's a tasty title. That it looks good as well. Like some of them look a bit naff, but like that even looks class.
Yeah, that's good. I think have you seen the WBC belts? I think
WBC I have.
Put out a statement. I think they put out a statement saying that they didn't condone that because obviously it's kind of a copy, but it's not the same, is it?
It's not the same, and it still looks good in the victory shed there as well. You've got some quite good stash out there, and it actually leads me nice into one of the first questions I gave you a prep for. What's your favourite bit of memorabilia that you've managed to get in your journeys?
I'd probably go with the. I've got two. It's got to be two. The world bronze. That's probably my favourite, kind of just for the history wise and stuff like that. But the Commonwealth gold medal is just unreal. That was probably one of my favourite. It's probably been the best trip I've ever been on as well. Just with obviously the whole Scotland team, like we all made history by getting kind of the best medal haul that Scotland's ever had. So That was probably my favourite one. Yeah,
that's class. I love that. And then you've got a nice little spot there just above the belt, and underneath that photo of you, is that you hugging a coach up there at the very top?
Yeah. So that's my old coach. I've moved club now,
Right.
but that was when I was at Spring Hill. So the man on my left, your right, I believe. That's Frank Delaney. So that's my old club coach. And then the one that you can't really see the face, that's my brother. That's my brother Peter.
Oh, class.
So he's my main coach really. Well, obviously I train with GB, so they're my main coaches. But anytime I'm back up here, that's who I train with, my brother.
Oh, that's class. And I love that you've got that like at the top as well. I think that really cements it when you have it at the top. But you have a nice wee gap in there. So what's like, have you got a wee bit of memorabilia you're looking to add in there in that wee space? Are you saving that for something special?
Yeah. That wee space is going to be the Olympic medal, hopefully.
I love that. That's class.
Olympic medal, and then when I turn pro, I'll need to find some more space for
you need to get a second shed.
shed. I need to build a new shed for it.
Mate, that's class. And I love that dedication as well. And then don't get me wrong, we're going to talk all about Paris and the plans for that. But I'm going to change up the order because I love this, because that's the best bit about doing podcasts. You write out how you think the podcast is going to go, and then somebody says something so interested. So tell me about getting coached by your brother, because like I can imagine not taking any advice from my brothers regardless. Like my brother's a PE teacher, and he can tell me how to teach PE and I'll still ignore him and say I can do it better. So like, what's it like having your brother as a coach?
I enjoy it. I think I kind of embrace him and my brother as my coach as well, because he's probably kind of more. I'd more listen to him. Right. Just I've been brought up with my brothers, my mum, my dad, and stuff like that. I've got two brothers, so they've always kind of kept me right and kept me kind of like that, like on the straight and narrow as well. So just having him there and like he's telling me what to do, I'll actually listen to him like more. And then probably the best bit about being my brother as well is like he can say whatever he wants to me as well, and I'll just take it. You know what I mean? Like he knows he can say whatever he wants. If he wants to give me a bother, he can. And then I just need to take it, don't I? So it's probably better for me as well.
Is he an older brother or a younger brother?
He's the older brother. Yeah, I'm the youngest. So it goes me, then my brother Dean, and then Ped, the coach. He's the older.
All right, that's okay then. I was going to say, it's like if he was a younger brother, like that would be quite tough. But I suppose that's quite good in the way, because he must be able to sort of like he understands you on like you say, like a sort of different level. So you might think you're absolutely finished, and he's like, "No, you've got like 10 more reps in you or something."
Yeah. So he kind of knows what I'm capable of as well, and kind of what I can achieve and stuff like that. So it's good having him there. It's good. I like coming back here, and when I get back for GB and stuff, I like to train with. Just make sure I'm still training with my brother as well, because obviously he does know me the best, to be honest. So
is he more like fitness? Like you say, you've got GB that's doing the main coach, but is he more fitness based, or is he also boxing based as well? Nah,
he's boxing. Yeah, so he's kind of got his own camp as well. He started coaching at Spring Hill with me. He actually started training with me at first, coming up just training for fitness. And then, but he used to train fitness. Like he used to go to boxing clubs. He used to play football, where like he played with Chelsea and stuff like that when he was a youth, like a pro youth Chelsea stuff like that. So I think he used to do like boxing just for training. And then he took me up to a boxing club up to Spring Hill. I started training there, and he came up with me, and then he started coaching for that. So, and now he's got like Kieran Smith. Craig McIntyre and Scott Allen, so he's kind of like his own wee pro setup as well, along with training me.
you showed yourself a bit short there. He's like, oh, he's got this pro setup and me. He's like world number two ranking. You know, right? That's quite good. That always explains it, because I always wonder how people get into boxing, because it normally is like a sort of family event. And there's very few where it's a kid goes, I want to do boxing, and like you see the traditional mums and dads are like, oh, he's gonna come home like either black and blue, or he's gonna come home like raging about something. But it's like, so it's like, did your brother sort of introduce you to it, or what?
Sorry, what was that?
What was that? Did you say your mum loved it?
I think my mum loves watching me get beat up. I think if she likes watching me get hit. No, I'm only joking. But she doesn't mind it.
Oh, that's good. It's good that your mum supports it and stuff like that, because it's like you were saying there. Your brother did it for fitness, but there's so much discipline in boxing. Like it's kind of universally known as one of the more disciplined sports. So did that did that instill in you at quite a young age then, especially with your brother coaching you, I imagine?
Yeah, so kind of just I think he just took me up to toughen me up a bit when I was younger. I think he wanted me to do something as well. I used to play football. Obviously, I tried to follow in his footsteps, but I was terrible at football. So he said that he used to take me on the pads and that when I was younger, like when I was really young. He just used to muck about with me, take me on the pads. I used to love it. And then obviously I couldn't kick a ball, so he thought I'll put a bit of boxing gloves on and see if you can do something. So he took me up, and then obviously just trained, like kept going to training all the time. With my brother there as well, it kind of pushed you on to, especially because I knew that he was wanting me to like do well and stuff. So it kind of pushed you on to keep going up, and then I loved it as well. So.
So what was the first time you were properly in like a boxing gym training then? Like when you're not just like on the pads, were you about like primary school age?
So I was hitting the pads like when I was like 7 and stuff like that, and then I'm from Falthouse, so I went to the Falthouse Boxing Club for a while. But I was at I kind of was at that age. I didn't enjoy that much then. I was wanting to sit and play Xbox and that. So and then I kind of stopped going there for a bit. And then my brother, so Peter's wife, her brother is Kieran Smith. So he was going to Spring Hill. So they were there was boxing in there as well in their family. And then Ped took me up to Spring Hill, and I loved it at that gym. It was just the atmosphere and stuff like that was brilliant, and everybody was like nice, kind of because you knew kind of knew people as well. Like obviously Kieran's dad Paul was there, so I was getting like the time of day there as well. They were like trying to work on stuff with me and that as well.
So you had somebody there sort of like keeping an eye on you as well, so you weren't just like going through it.
Yeah. So somebody there like actually taking me on pads and like just it was like they were spending more time with me up there a wee bit.
That's class. It sounds like a good gym as well. Like, so obviously that's just churning out talent. So,
yeah.
Did you sort of? I know that's like a really like a question that probably wasn't a really young head at the time. But were you really aware of the sort of talent around you, or were you just like, oh, this is just like a standard benchmark of how every gym is? Because you've only been in Fall and Springwood.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. Obviously, when I went to Spring Hill, it wasn't like
not Springwood.
I didn't know if at the time when I went up, I probably didn't know the I knew they were good, if you know what I mean. But like, I was just going to train and kind of like I was going to try and do it, but it wasn't until I started boxing and stuff and like proper like once I had my first competition, I was paying attention to like everybody else in the gym. Like obviously Wally Hutchison and stuff like that was there as well. He won the Worlds as a youth. He actually got a gold medal at the Worlds as a youth, so it had some serious talent at the gym. And it isn't until you start getting older and kind of like you've had a few fights that you realise like how much talent you're being brought up around, and that probably helps as well having that around you.
It must, because that's just like the standard is set so high. Like what you consider a standard training session, other clubs might look at it and go, "That's elite. We don't do nearly any of that." So.
Yeah, no, it was a brilliant gym. There was a good buzz about it. I mean, I started going when I was like 10, about 10, 11, probably 10 to be honest. So, you were probably young at that time to like realise it. But then once you start boxing and you've had fights, competitions and stuff, and you start to know them as well. Like you start to know them more, like the people that are in the gym. Then you realise like how dedicated and how good they are at the sport.
Hey, thank you for listening to this Clips episode on YouTube. And then if you want to hear the whole podcast, you can find them on Apple or Spotify, as well as the full video version on this YouTube channel, alongside all the other great content we produce on a weekly basis. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope to see you again on another Clips episode or in the full episode podcast. Tweet us, tag us, let us know what you thought. All the links are down in the description. It means the world that you guys come and support us, so thank you very much.